bienvenue. I'm Raphael Tron, working as marketing manager for Active Concepts Europe, and we are here to present the season 3, episode 2 of our masterclass series. So, as already introduced by Meg, in the first episode, we're gonna talk about some conditions of hair and skin types. So we're gonna deep dive to check what are the main conditions, what are the problems related, and what solution can we find out to enhance our natural beauty. And so for this episode 2, we have a specific guest, Britta Arendes, who is working as technical sales manager for Germany. Happy to have you.
Hey,
Britta.
Thanks for the invitation. I'm really glad that I can be here today. So I'm Britta. I'm from Germany. I live in Berlin, and I would say I've got quite good experience of hands-on and also scientific experience in the beauty industry. I started quite a while ago in the beauty industry when I did my hairdressing apprentice in 2001. And then I worked through different hairdressing salons in the UK and also in Germany, which left me with client experience and also product experience. And later on, I decided to study actually cosmetic science to get a deeper knowledge of product development. And this is actually also where I met Raphael for the first time.
Thank you for your background. I think it's really interesting. With this session, we're gonna talk about the subject of oily hair. It can be quite demanding. It can be also like a burden. So I think what's important for us to understand today is to check what are the key points where we can work on with cosmetics and maybe also with our active concept ingredients. And for that, maybe we can just start with some basics. Why people have oily hair than others?
Yeah, well, it all comes down to the sebaceous glands in the scalp actually. So these glands produce the oil, which is actually meant to protect our hair. It gives our hair more shine and also works a little bit on the pH balance, the skin microbiome, etc. So it's actually a good thing to have oil on our scalp. But obviously there are certain factors which drive these sebaceous glands into overmode.
Yeah, that's true. I think we see mostly the problems related with oily hair and not so much the benefits. So what factors can maybe push the glands to overproduce sebum?
Well, there are a lot of factors which can do that. So we have, first of all, hormonal changes when you go through puberty, which we all experience, obviously. Then we also have genetics, which play a big role. So if oily hair runs in your family, you're more likely to experience it, unfortunately. Then we also have environmental factors such as humidity or pollution. You can have specific skin conditions like seborrheic dermatitis, for example. Then the food that we eat also plays a role, our diet and certain lifestyles, and also the products we use can have an effect.
Yes, so yeah, I see that there is a lot of factors, and by talking cosmetics, as you said, some products can maybe help. I would say the first one that came to our mind is maybe the shampoo. What kind of shampoo shall we use then if we have oily hair?
Well, I would say it depends a little bit what type of oily hair you have. Obviously, if it's a certain skin condition, then you should consult with your doctor. Maybe he has to prescribe something specific, maybe it's yeast or something where it needs to be more targeted. But in general, if you have oily hair, I would recommend using a shampoo that is formulated for oily hair, so it can break up the excess oil. So I would look out for ingredients such as our billowbark extract, for example.
Yes, that's good.
Nice because it has natural salicylates which help to break up the excess oil. Then astringents can also be a good one, like our phytobiotics quercus, for example, which is standardized for tannic acid. I mean, we all know the famous tea tree shampoo by Paul Mitchell. And then I have also customers using our ACV fruit mix with the alpha hydroxy acid.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, we have seen a lot of requests also on that topic.
Yeah, and then I just wanted to say, you know, also in terms of shampoo, which can be a real lifesaver, is the dry shampoo.
Yes,
So
that's true.
this is from our glow kit, actually, the SOS Dry Shampoo. I think it's a perfect name for this, actually. And it also contains our microfrizz protect and also the pre-cutagen bond, which helps to repair the hair and gives extra protection.
Yeah, and I think that's what's important on what you said. By developing the kit, so the name is On the Glow Kit. This is what we don't want. It's the glow we don't want. So really working on reducing the sebum and covering these aspects that can be not so nice.
It's more difficult, to handle.
So yeah, we have seen the shampoo. I think it's a quite important thing. On my side, I have thin hair. I also sometimes found them oily and I might have the tendency to maybe overwash my hair. What would you recommend would be like the best routine?
For your hair?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that also depends a little bit on your lifestyle. So if you are a really active person, if you do a lot of sports, etc., then I understand that you would want to wash your hair maybe every day. But really to get you started, maybe try to wash it every other day and start from there. And what could also help is getting, for example, some highlights if you have fine hair. That helps with volume, but it also takes off the excess oil a little bit.
Yes, on my side, I can definitely see the difference when I'm having the highlights. It can really, absorb, as you said, the sebum, and I do not need to wash them that often.
Yeah.
But then having those highlights can also make the tips quite drier. So I would need to use like other products like conditioners, but in a way it can also make the roots a little bit greasier. Would you recommend?
It's a very common problem, especially for fine hair. So you end up having greasy roots and dry tips.
This is,
So what I would do in this case is actually using the conditioner where it's needed. So you apply it very sparingly on your roots and more in the length of your hair, and also let it soak in for a little bit longer so the hair can actually uptake all the good ingredients which are in there.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And I might have also the tendency to maybe touching my hair, and I know it can make them oilier.
Yeah, I mean, this comes because we all have also oils on our hands. So by touching your hair a lot, you're just transferring it into the length. So if you can, try to avoid playing with your hair too much during the day. Unless you have like really thick hair and dry hair, then it could actually help.
No, I will try to keep my hands out of my hair. One other point that could be interesting to know, do you have any other hair treatment to recommend?
Well, interestingly, we just performed a study on our kind of niche ingredient, the AC Alfalfa Boost.
Yes.
So which is the sulfur-rich peptide ingredient. I think it's a really great technology because there are also studies about sulfur helping with hair growth, also nurturing the hair, can help with inflammation of the scalp, for example. And also particularly if you have oily hair, you can also suffer from hair loss. So a great ingredient to wrap that up. And now with the study, it's actually showing that we can reduce sebum production by 95%, which is quite high. And the really good thing about this ingredient is that it also helps to keep the moisture in the scalp. So we have an increase in moisture actually, and this is really what you want, because most products which deal with oily hair tend to dry your scalp too much. So then you end up having like these dry tiny dandruffs, which you also don't want.
Yeah, I think it's quite interesting that you point that out, because I think this idea of balance, and especially for the scalp care, that was something we have seen in the marketing trend that has been really pushed. Taking care of your scalp can also have an effect on your hair. And so, yeah, having this more balance and more treated and reduced inflammation environment can really
it also helps with the hair growth,
Yes.
It's healthy from the root, you get beautiful hair all the way long.
Thanks a lot for this suggestion. I think it's a really nice story. And maybe just one thing before we conclude, what would you then avoid completely if we have oily hair?
I would say avoid over brushing your hair, because by brushing your hair you also stimulate the oil gland to produce more oil. Then I would stay clear of heavy gels and moisturizers unless you want to have this wet look. And also actually using the water. If the water is too hot when you shampoo your hair, you also strip the scalp of the oils, and then to compensate you might produce more oil.
Yeah, so no, that's true. Thanks a lot for all those suggestions. So I think to maybe end our topic for today, it's quite important to keep in mind that to put in place like a proper balance and a proper care routine can really make your life easier managing oily hair. We have at Active Concept an extensive range of ingredients that can really help you to focus on those concerns. Thank you very much, Britta, for your inputs.
No problem.
It was really nice to have your experience, your advices, and also your sales point of view.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me.
If you have any question, if you want any information, please contact us. We will be happy to help you. That was our episode 2 of season 3 of our Active Concepts Masterclass Series. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow us on social media to have more information about our ingredients and news. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.